Coming up on Genre Jumpers, we jump platforms with Shovel Knight.
If I lose this challenge, I'm gonna have reoccurring Shovel Knight dreams.
Find out who can last the longest in Halo Wars 2. Can our pro catch them all?
Looks like there's a stop over here. I gotta go get some Pokeballs, so I'll see you guys later.
This and more on Genre Jumpers. Hello and welcome to Genre Jumpers, where we jump from one video game genre to another to show you new ways to play. A normal gamer tends to play a certain type of game or genre, and with this show we hope to change that and broaden some gaming horizons. We will be teaching noobs how to play a new genre and see if we can get them to become a pro. The first genre we will be jumping is platformers. The platform genre is one of the most classic and well known, with the likes of Crash Bandicoot, Mario, and even Sonic. But today we're going to be having our guest play Shovel Knight and see if our noob can jump fast enough.
This is my room. This is where I game most of the time.
I noticed there's a lot of posters in here. Can you tell me where you got some of these?
Oh yeah, I got most of them at like either expos online or special edition.
What is your favorite genre?
I'd say RPGs, Persona, and Fable are my favorite ones.
Welcome to Jacob Town. This is where I have fun.
Wow, there's so much stuff in here. So Jacob, what kind of systems do you play on?
Well, I mostly play Nintendo, but that's just because they make the best games. If I want to play a different game, I play it on my PC.
What's your favorite platformer game?
Well, I like a lot of them, but I think Super Meat Boy is my favorite. I just like that it offers a great deal of challenge, but the controls are still easy and fun. This is my backroom studio. This is where I mostly play video games when I'm not with friends. I got my streaming device here for streaming video games. I also obviously play music.
Platform games originated in the early 1980s with the arcade release of Donkey Kong by Nintendo in July 1981. This was the first game that allowed players to jump over obstacles and across gaps, making it the first true platformer. The game also introduced Mario under the name Jumpman.
This week we're going to have our guest play the level Pridemore Keep in Shovel Knight. Whoever completes this level the quickest wins. But to even the odds, we are going to have our pro Jacob play on a harder difficulty. Let's jump into the competition. We just started the timer. Let's get going.
It's a hard area.
Okay, there you go. Oh, so close. Nice.
There you go.
You almost got him. There you
Oh,
go.
there you go.
Time.
That was a battle.
Not fighting you. See ya. Got him. Oh! If I lose this challenge, I'm gonna have reoccurring Shovel Knight dreams. Oh my god, one more shot. Got him.
Those were some great runs, you guys. Now let's go check out your times.
Winner, winner.
And with that, Jacob is our winner with only a difference of 39 seconds. That's all the time we have for this week. Thank you, and we'll see you next time on Genre Jumpers. In all video games, you tend to need a solid strategy if you're going to be taking on a difficult level. But our competitors today are going to be taking that to another level when they take on strategy games. Let's see who can outlast in this tough competition.
Welcome to my office. This is where most of my equipment is. I mainly play Xbox in here or work on stuff on my computer. I do stream sometimes. I've got my mic here. I've got lots of games in here too. I've got lots of controllers in here. I often fix them when I have the free time to.
So Dawson, do you play strategy games?
I do play a few strategy games, not a lot of them. I play a few.
What kind of strategy games do you like?
Mainly turn-based strategy like XCOM and Civilization. I have been interested in playing other strategy games like Halo Wars.
What other kind of games do you play?
RPG, like Skyrim. I play online games.
In a strategy game, the player must plan a series of actions against one or more opponents. Strategy games started with tabletop games like chess and Risk, but the first console strategy game was a Risk-like game called Invasion, released in 1972 for the Magnavox Odyssey. In most strategy video games, the player is given an overhead view of the game world and controls game units under their command. This week, we're going to have our guests play Halo Wars 2. They're going to be battling endless waves of enemies, and whoever gets to the highest wave wins. We're also going to have our pro for the week, Kyle, play on the hardest difficulty. Let's go to the competition.
Let's start what I'm gonna express as not fun, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Because why not?
Wave start.
Fighting the UNSC. Ooh.
This is under attack. Spire under attack.
Oh god. Already it is not going so good.
Oh, it's him shooting at me. I don't think I'm gonna last a lot longer. I think I maxed that out. Build those.
After 2 rough matches, we have our results. And it's a tie for the first time in Genre Jumpers history.
What?
Yeah, you guys both reached wave 20. So you guys both tie this week.
Awesome.
That's all the time we have for this week. We'll see you next time on Genre Jumpers. One of the most popular video game genres today is the shooter. When people think video games, their first thought is usually a shooter game. Today we're gonna have our guest battle one-on-one in Halo 3.
So this is my room.
Wow, this stuff looks amazing. Can you tell me more about some of the artwork here?
Yeah, sure. Pretty much everything I've gotten in my room is from anime conventions, or I've made it myself, or I've had friends make it over the course of my life. The PS2 was the first one I bought myself, so I've just been loyal to the brand since.
You're not a big fan of the shooter genre.
No, I don't like them at all, really.
So this is where I do most of my gaming, and then I collect Halo stuff. So like I have all the collector's edition controllers here, and I've got all the games in their collector's editions as well.
Half-Life and Counter-Strike are often cited as 2 of the most influential first-person shooters. Today, the first-person shooter genre is dominated by 3 main franchises: the Halo series, the Call of Duty series, which releases a new installment every winter season, and the Battlefield series.
The rules of this game is that we're gonna have our guests play Halo 3, and we're gonna have them play 3 matches to the best of 3. Now we're gonna have Matt, our professional, only use pistols and melee as a disadvantage. Let's get to the competition.
Killing spree.
Nope.
Killjoy.
Oh, there's a pistol.
There you go.
The plasma pistol, so that'll make it easier to kill you now.
Yay. Because it wasn't already easy.
Wow.
Killjoy.
You got 2.
Oh, yay!
Your grenade got me.
Oh, I threw a grenade.
Killing spree. Game
I cannot
over.
move my camera. So. Yay!
One more. You almost got me.
I know. Yes! Haha! Okay, I'm getting better at this.
Game over.
This week, Matt is our winner. But Ashley did improve a lot and reached her personal goal of 5 kills overall. And that's all the time we have for this week. Thank you guys for coming, and we'll see you next time on Genre Jumpers. We'll be right back after this commercial break. When we come back, we find out if our noob is as fast as a pro.
Get used to this. Get used to this. You're gonna see a lot of this.
And we go to uncharted territories with action-adventure games.
Go, go, go. Let's go. Come on, come on. I gotta get out of here.
That's next on Genre Jumpers.
A wise man once said, you gotta go fast. We take this lesson from Sonic the Hedgehog, and we take on tracks from Forza Motorsport 6. And we see which competitor can go the fastest. So how long have you been playing music for?
Well, I've been playing guitar for about 4 years. I've been playing piano for about like 10.
That's awesome. Do you play any video games at all?
We play a lot of Portal 2, so like the strategy type of games.
Do you play any racing games?
Yes. I would like to consider Super Mario Kart a racing game.
What's your favorite racing game?
Forza Horizon 3 is by far my favorite.
Do you own a car yourself?
Yes, I do. A 2018 Elantra Sport.
What do you like about that car?
Oh, the freedom.
What do you like about racing games itself?
The customization and being able to do a lot of stuff you couldn't do in the real world without getting in some trouble.
Racing games are little to no different from real races, driving a vehicle to get to the finish line the fastest. The first racing game didn't have cars at all. It was Space Race, released in 1973, and had 2 players race while avoiding meteors. Considered the grandfather of all modern racing games, Grand Track 10, released in 1974, was one of the first to use actual cars and featured the ability to play with a steering wheel.
This week, we're going to have our guests play Le Mans Circuit in Forza Motorsport 6. The race is going to be 2 laps, and we're going to give our pro a lower class car to give Marley an advantage. Let's get to the races.
Audi versus Lamborghini. Let's see how this goes. Give her. Countdown to launch.
I like how it gets a little tense.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
This is a different car.
Get used to this. You're gonna see a lot of this.
I'm gonna lose you.
There we go. All-wheel drive.
What are you driving?
Audi.
Okay.
4 rings. Represent. Nope. No.
Uh-oh.
No. Okay. No, never mind. I'm still in it.
I feel like, yeah, okay.
Okay.
That was an extremely close race. It all came down to that last corner. But this week, Mason is our winner. And that's all the time we have for this week. We'll see you next time on Genre Jumpers.
Video games can take us to new worlds, and with that comes a sense of adventure. While you're in a cave looking for treasure, or in today's case, on top of a moving train in Uncharted 2. So Matt, what is the name of your band?
My band's called Runaway Nation.
What do you play instrument-wise in that band?
I am the singer and rhythm guitarist of Runaway Nation.
What kind of games do you play?
I play a plethora of games. So I'll play fighters, I'll play action adventures.
So how long have you been paintballing for?
I've been paintballing for about 6 years, almost every summer.
With that in mind, do you like shooter games?
Oh, I love shooter games, FPS games, open world games, strategy games. I love a lot of different genres.
Action-adventure games are a combination of action and adventure. This is what makes it such a broad genre with so many subgenres. Such as first-person action-adventure games like Metroid Prime, third-person action-adventure games like Grand Theft Auto, stealth games like Assassin's Creed, and survival horror with Resident Evil. This week, we're going to have our guests play Uncharted 2. We're going to have them play the level Locomotion, and whoever beats the level in the fastest time wins. We're going to have our pro Matt play on a harder difficulty to give Dan an advantage. Let's get to the competition.
All right. Let's get this mission started here. So this is hard, so gotta be a little less guns a-blazing, but go. Let's go. Come on. I gotta get out of here. I agree with you, Nathan.
Now I died. Yeah, no, you're definitely gonna win this one. Calling it right now. Yeah, you did. I have a really bad trucker mouth. This is what happens when you're a millwright. And it's a really bad habit to break, especially when you're gaming. There will be, if you want grunts and groans, I can definitely do that. I don't know why I keep pressing the wrong button. It's probably gonna make me lose too, but you know.
Those were 2 exhilarating runs. Now let's go check out your time. And with that, Daniel is our winner with 11 minutes and 12 seconds. Looks like he earned the title of Noob No More this week. And that's all the time we have for this week. We'll see you next time on Genre Jumpers. Stay right there, we'll be back with more Genre Jumpers. Up next, we go to Cambridge to become Pokemon Masters.
No, but the thing's across the street.
Tristan discovers a store for all your nostalgic gaming needs.
The store is filled with entertainment myths and legends.
This and more on Genre Jumpers. We have all wondered what it would be like if we were in the video games that we play in. Video game companies have created ways to see what it would be like if those elements from games were in the real world. With augmented reality games, we get our competitors to play one of the most popular in the genre, Pokemon Go.
Any experience with Pokemon Go or any mobile game for that matter. I don't even own a phone. My outlook on the competition, if I can even figure out how to turn the game on, I think I'll be doing pretty well.
I started playing Pokemon Go because my two sons played, and it was a great time to spend some time with them and hang out outdoors. Bonding exercise. I don't play any at this moment. I have in the past jumped into some of the games that my sons have been playing. The outlook for the competition. I think based on the fact that we're both starting off with brand new accounts and have opportunity to catch the same Pokemon, no, Shane, I'm taking you down in this competition.
Augmented reality games use devices with cameras to make the game work with real-world space. Nintendo utilized the camera on their DSi and 3DS system to make games specifically about fighting monsters in real life. Some augmented reality games include Zombies Run and Spirit Camera. This episode, we're going to have our guests play Pokemon Go. We're going to have our pro get 10 minutes, and we're going to have our noob get 20 minutes. Whoever catches the most Pokemon wins. Let's get out there and catch them all.
I'm in Galt, I have a phone. I don't know how phones work. There's a spinny thing. I guess I'll go to the spinny thing. Yes, spinny thing. No, but the thing's across the street. So, I managed to catch myself 5 Pokemon, but I got myself 10 frozen fingers doing it.
Hey, Pokemon Go challenge. Looks like there's a stop over here. I gotta go get some Pokeballs, so I'll see you guys later. Great throw. Pokeball. I'm gonna wear out my Pokeballs before I catch this one, last one. Then we're moving on. So, my final total is 17.
That was an awesome competition. You guys both caught a lot. But Michael is our winner this week with 17 Pokemon caught. His Pokedex was just the most complete. And that's all the time we have for this week. We'll see you next time on Genre Jumpers. Here at Genre Jumpers, we talk a lot about the different genres and video games that we consider to be most nostalgic to us. Today, we're going to have Tristan check out a local game store and see what nostalgic games he can find.
Rare Classic Games is just one way that a local toy and game store is giving customers a new experience by focusing on the old.
Our difference is we're more of nostalgia. We're more of the older Nintendos. Other companies are more of the Xbox 360s, PS4s, the newer systems. We stay to the older systems.
Playing Around's main theme is nostalgia. By carrying a ton of vintage and classic products, they stand out in an otherwise modern-obsessed industry. The store is filled with entertainment myths and legends, from one of the classic Commodore computers to Nintendo's infamous Power Glove.
I'm a collector. I collect Stranger Things paraphernalia, so I was just coming to see if anything was here.
Buy, sell, trade. We do road trips, and that's how we get our stuff.
Playing Around is always on the lookout for interesting merchandise, which is exactly why they started the business.
I was always buying and selling and got tired of my house being full of stuff, so I opened up a store.
And customers seem to really enjoy the concept when asked about what they like about the store.
The nostalgia factor for sure. Like you walk in and you see like all the new stuff, of course, but then you get to like either the back or the sides and you find like anime that you haven't seen in like 10-15 years. You haven't seen a video game in 10-15 years. Like there's like Bert and Ernie randomly behind you.
If you find yourself in Hespeler, stop by 8 Queen Street West for a trip back in time into all things geeky.
We'll be right back after this commercial break. When we come back, whose power level is higher? We find out in Dragon Ball FighterZ. We introduce Nina to the world of gaming with Fallout 4.
Why are they attacking me? Stop!
That's next on Genre Jumpers. Super Smash Bros., Street Fighter, and Tekken are the most well-known in the fighting genre, but today we're going to have our guests battle out in Dragon Ball FighterZ. And we're here with our guests. We have our noob Doug, and we have our pro Tyler. So Tyler, how long have you been playing video games for?
Basically since I was born.
And what do you like about the fighting genre?
I just love the surge of adrenaline you get when you're fighting someone.
Doug, how long have you been playing video games?
Pretty much all my life as well.
Do you know much about the fighting genre?
A little bit. I don't know you mash buttons a lot.
Heavyweight Champ, released by Sega in 1976, is considered the first fighting game. The first 3D fighting game was released by Sega and was called Virtual Fighter. Down is for key attacks. Light attacks are X.
Yeah.
Heavy attacks are
Y. Yeah.
And then B is to knock your opponent far away. And then sometimes you'll even chase them afterwards.
All right.
How do you think you're doing?
And
The rules of this game is that we're going to have one-on-one with both our guests getting 3 characters to see who can win in the best of 3.
I don't really care what German area.
I like things that are destroyed.
Okay.
How is this happening?
Pure. Oh no. Okay. Nope.
I swear to God, I'm not drunk. How am I? How am I losing?
Rematch. Can you just eat me?
Yep.
Oh, that's
the thing I do best.
Oh, it was too close.
I think I was drugged.
That was too close. It was just sad saying.
Well, that was a close game, but our winner is Doug. He is now our noob no more. I guess his power level was just a little too high this week. And we'll see you next time on Genre Jumpers. The nuclear wasteland is a very unforgiving place to be for anyone, especially for someone who has never played video games before. Today we take you to the Commonwealth with Fallout 4.
RPG is the abbreviation for role-playing games. The first role-playing game of note was the tabletop game Dungeons & Dragons, released in 1974. The first RPG video game started on old mainframe computers in the mid-70s and were heavily influenced by Dungeons & Dragons.
We're here with our guests. We have our player 1, our experienced player Mitch, and we have our player 2, our noob Nina. So let's talk about what your gaming habits are like. So when did you start playing RPGs?
My first RPG was Skyrim, which came out back in 2011.
And what do you like about RPGs?
I like the open-ended nature and all the choices you get to make.
So I know you haven't played video games much, but have you ever played an RPG?
Well, to be honest, I've never played any video games at all, but today I'm excited to learn a new hobby.
Our player 1 and player 2 finish a quest in Fallout 4. The idea is the player who gets to finish it first will win.
Right, so let's do this. Stop. Combat rifle, sweet, that'll do better. Oh, the motherless whatevers are back. Hey, and that guy's back.
Just had Mitch play a little while ago. Do you think you're ready?
I'm ready.
Awesome, let's get started.
Whatever.
Your accent.
Why are they attacking me? Stop. Okay, I'm seeing it. So I think I win now, right?
Not exactly.
What?
Okay, so now that our guests have had their attempts, player 1 and player 2, we're going to be checking out your times. And it looks like Mitch is our winner. Woo! Congratulations.
Okay, fine.
And we'll see you next time on Genre. Thank you for joining us on this look through some of the most amazing genres video games have to offer. I hope we have given you some new games to consider trying out in the future and some new ways to play. That's all for Genre Jumpers. Have a wonderful day.